So as you can see, I've had this for a couple of years and I have not used a ton of it, and there's a reason for that. And I also have a sample, which is almost gone, of Granville. So we're going to take a look at these two. Okay, so I'm going to post a description. These are from the Dior website. Let's take a look at Patchouli Imperial, and then let's smell it. Okay, description. Potent and sensual, Patchouli Imperial is an essential House of Dior ingredient that took up its place at the beginning of the New Look revolution in 1947. Full of elegance, Francois Demaché's composition, Patchouli Imperial, is a celebration of this legendary Oriental ingredient with notes as sultry as they are sophisticated. Patchouli is a major note, the most animal of all plant notes. It is refined, revealing, unprecedented elegance. And that last part there was a quote from Francois Demachez. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. So, perfumer's words also. Patchouli is a major note, the most animal-like of plant notes. Refined, it reveals an elegance like no other. Okay, so, let's spray this, and it is incredibly beautiful. This is patchouli blended so well in a fragrance. It is, but the patchouli is there. It's a very kind of a soapy fragrance. It's soapy, and kind of there's like a tobacco-y note. Tobacco, kind of a little bit of tobacco in there. And I think that women or men could wear this. However, I will have to say with this, and you know, it is patchouli, and a lot of people don't like patchouli in fragrances. And in warm weather, I would recommend avoiding this. In cool weather, sure, but in any weather, it's so easy to overspray this. And if I had to do it again, I might not have purchased this because I just don't use it a lot. I will tell you, one time I was at a grocery store and I was in line at a cafe, and I was waiting in line to purchase my lunch, and there were two guys standing behind me. Hold on, I have to have another sip of beer. There were two guys standing behind. See, I'm getting screwed up. There were two guys standing behind me in line, and I heard one say to the other, yeah, they're talking about a smell. And as I listened, I knew they were talking about Patchouli Imperial, and I had sprayed plenty. And I think it might have been I don't remember if it was in summer, but it was at least in spring. So I heard one say to the other, yeah, but that smell reminds me of something, you know? And the other guy said, yeah, well, I couldn't hear everything they were saying, but I gathered what they were saying is patchouli reminded one of them of a lot. There are people who use patchouli to cover up marijuana smoke. You know, if people burn patchouli or incense, and sometimes patchouli is in incense, and so sometimes, and I've heard other people say this about this fragrance, is that it reminds people of a pot smoker. So, you know, maybe you like that, maybe you don't, but so I've been somewhat reserved. If you'd like to check this out more, take a look on Fragrantica and see what people are saying about this. And I'm not going to completely go into the note breakdown. Take a look on Fragrantica, for example. It's a little hard to describe this. I recommend getting a sample and seeing if you like it. And definitely get a sample. This is a try before buy. This is not a blind buy fragrance. Anyway, okay, so on to the next one. Granville. This is a green fragrance, and it is even green in color. And I have very little of this left, of this sample. And I got this free when I purchased the Patchouli. This is one of the nicest green, I guess it's green fragrances I know of. And it smells, it is very strongly neroli. It's so therapeutic. It's relaxing. In fact, I'm going to pour a little out. This is a little pour bottle. It smells beautiful. When this starts to dry down, you get a little bit of a urine-y note. And because of that, I'm not sure if I would buy a larger bottle of this. But however, it's beautiful. It really is a beautiful, beautiful, well done fragrance. And you know, I mean, maybe I will buy some more of this at some point. But it is, I love it. It really is. And a while back in one of my videos, I said I was going to try this out in warm weather to see if I liked it. I do. Whether it's something I would wear all the time, I'm not sure. Just because of kind of that, there's like a little animalic note in there. But let's take a look here. I'll post this up. The description from Dior. Granville, the house where Christian Dior spent his childhood, is located in Granville in the Normandy region. Built overlooking the cliffs, it is surrounded by pine trees and has a view of the sea. Inspired by this site that is so dear to the creator, Francis Demachet chose to create a fresh, invigorating, and aromatic fragrance. Quote, I not only wanted an aromatic fragrance, as the estate has an abundance of pine trees, but also one that is exceptionally invigorating and extremely fresh. Nature in Granville is anything but serene. This fragrance is like the wind that blows through Granville. That's a beautiful description. The perfumer's words, it is a fresh, invigorating, aromatic fragrance like the wind that blows through Granville and the waves that break against the cliff upon which Christian Dior's childhood home is built. François Demachet. So, these are these two fragrances, and I actually haven't thoroughly studied the note breakdown of these. So again, if you want to check this out online, go ahead. But in some ways, these aren't about the note breakdown. They're so well blended, it's almost like there is no note breakdown. And that's how Dior always tends to be, that they're just very well blended. Things are so well fused, but especially in this collection, I feel that that's the case. So let's I wanted to also, since I've had a chance to smell Leather Oud, I wanted to also read the description for that. Christian Dior searched the world looking for the most beautiful fabrics that exist. Like the designer, the perfumer chooses the most beautiful raw materials, one of which is oud wood from Indonesia. Highly powerful, vibrant, and deep, oud wood is rare and particularly recognizable by the leather scents that it diffuses when burned. Using this unique wood, François Demachet created an intensely masculine fragrance with strong character in which leather notes intertwine with those of gaiac wood, cedar, and sandalwood. Perfumer's words. Oud wood exudes aromas of leather when it is burned. It is an astonishing, very animal-like scent. Oud inspired me to make it the focus of an intense, woody, leathery fragrance. A very masculine fragrance, bursting with character. François Demachet. So, and it is a very woody, oudy fragrance. It's potent, and it's worth getting a sample of and checking it out, because I guarantee you that it's different than probably other oud fragrances you've smelled. It's quite a blast. All right. I have to tell you about one other thing, and that is something a little bit newer than the private collection, is Les Elixirs Precieux. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is a collection of fragrances that were created to go along with the private collection. So you layer these fragrances, and I will tell you more about it. Here's a description.